Yo! So, early game in Monster Hunter is something I think a lot of people don't usually think about much. Because there's like that whole meme that the game doesn't truly start until you've beaten it. However, I do think early game in Monster Hunter does affect us a lot as we're playing through it. It gets me wondering how different the early game in Wilds will be compared to other games. So I kind of want to discuss it. So obviously, early game is going to be the first phase of the game we jump into. It's low rank, right? They usually involve the weaker monsters, like pack monsters, such as stuff like Jagia, and then a stronger monster, which is usually intimidating at first, and then it's not, like Anjanath. And there'll be a storyline around the main flagship, and then a unique monster key to the story, like Zora, I guess. In World, the early game felt really good. It definitely hooked me onto the game. Whilst it can be sometimes a bit too easy in replay, the exploration aspect of the maps, seeing the cutscenes of the monsters, and following the story progression was really great on first playthrough. Exploring the ancient forest was awesome. Finding out I could climb the giant fucking tree in the middle of the map, just to find a camp spot at the top. And there's also a Rafflos nest with an amazing view. It definitely grasped me to play the game more and see what else there was to find. I also loved seeing the character and the ecology cutscenes for the monsters. It was always really cool to see how the monsters could just push you about at first during these cutscenes. And then, after they push you about, you learn, you fight, you overcome, you adapt, you beat the monster. And whilst the Zora Magdaros fight was absolutely abysmal to go through on replays, the scale and idea of it was pretty neat on first playthrough. Also, a quick note, I do think turning it into a map as well was a really cool idea by the dev team. Now, if we move over to Rise's early game, I found the village quests to be quite fun at first, and I thought Rampage was a unique and interesting gameplay idea. However, village quests were just way too easy, man. Which I guess was kind of the point of them, but it just wasn't that engaging. Rampage quests were a cool idea, but execution wasn't the best. Personally, I loved Magnamala, and would love to see him return at some point, hopefully in Wilds. But moving on, Rise's early game just felt a lot longer than Worlds, which is evidently because you had village and hub quests to do, right? But it felt longer in it was kind of a drag. Obviously you could just do the hub quests and move on, but I myself like to do all the quests that are available in the game before moving on. So yeah, it just dragged on a bit, specifically until you reached the last tier of low rank, where you had stuff like Magnamala, Gosharag, Narg, and then a few other cool monsters. I suppose World did have the advantage of having a lot more new monsters, which I assume Wilds will also have. I think the only returning monster in World low rank was Baroth, the Rafts, Diablos, and Kirin. If you compare it to Rise, it's a huge difference. I do think the cutscenes were a cool idea in Rise, especially in Mass Rank, when we got to see the strong monsters fight with the commentary. I just think the World cutscenes were more immersive and had a better seamless feeling to them. They've already confirmed you can skip cutscenes in Wilds as well if you don't care for them now, which it will be pretty neat on replays. I'm also glad they kept the discoverable camps in Rise and clouding the map until you would explore it. It was really fun, first playthrough exploring all the vertical areas with the wire bugs, finding the artifacts, though I think I did prefer the rare creatures in Worlds, not even just the rare ones, the endemic life in general. And I hope they do bring them back in Wilds, which seems very likely based on the Capcom footage we received. Since we're kind of on that topic with the maps, I enjoyed World's progressive style of maps, where it felt like you went from area A to area B because you opened up something via the story. Like Zora Magdaros giving us access to the Korai Highlands, and I assume it will be similar in Wild. I wonder if they'll go for unique environments again, or stick to the forest, desert, tundra, volcano formula. I definitely prefer the unique environments. One of my hopes is that they make something similar to the Ruined Pinnacle map in Gen U, or the Heaven's Mountain in 4. Though perhaps a map like this might be better left for high rank, similar to the Elder's Recess, because I think exploring a mountain map on your Psychret would be an awesome last map experience for high rank. As for low rank armor, I assume it will just be 1 to 3 levels and each unique skill to that armor set. And then the design will probably be a simplified version of its high rank equivalent. I feel like most people don't really worry too much about low rank armor, unless like they are stuck on a certain monster, which is walling them. Like I know in base world, some people felt that with Anjanath, so that could happen in Wilds. But otherwise you usually just aim for the high rank gear. So with Wilds, I believe a lot of the high points in World will be exaggerated in terms of early game to make for an even better first experience, as World is their most recent mainline game and also just their most selling game in general. Like, why would they not just try to improve off that? I think I've covered a lot of points about early game now, but overall, I do love the formula they stick to for low rank quite a lot, and I'm sure they'll do something that everyone will enjoy. If you enjoyed the video, I'd greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. Let me know what low rank experience you enjoyed the most out of the games, and what you would like to see in Wilds as low rank. And other than that, take care and survive the wait for until Wilds comes out. Goodbye.